Hello, hello, hello everyone, NecroVMX here, and welcome back with more Dragon Quest VIII. And I finally found that mini medal, and I'm done with searching for things, so let's zoom over to Princess Minnie's castle. And I'm sure she has something for me. And I don't mean dad ass.
I was gonna say, brought me enough mini medals to see my tits.
Well, she's very petite, so I don't know that there's a whole lot going on there. Yeah, shut up. It was always traditionally a king, right? And this one they had princess because the king is like sick. Alright, so we had 99. She gives me the dangerous bustier. Hope you washed
for the
that.
tits.
So when we get 110, we get the flail of destruction. Okay. Dangerous bustier. Let's see if that's, like, stat-wise any good. 1 defense? It has 1 wait. You'll understand where the danger comes from when Jessica wears it. Wow. Okay, the fact that it has, like, really no defense at all, and it's making reference to that makes me think it has to be a costume change, which means we have to see it, right?
Indeed.
Oh, it didn't show... Oh. Why does it sometimes show and sometimes doesn't? Oh, yeah, wow. I don't remember that, damn. Isn't it amazing? And she's talking about the bird, and Yangus and... well, Angelo's looking. Yangus is trying not to look. Wait, I know what. I know... No, go back in there. I have an idea. Sometimes when you change her costume and you go here... He might have something to say. Well, Jessica seems to walk around in a heat wave. I start to perspire every time I go near her. No wonder she's so sparingly attired. Oh my god. He's saying that she is literally hot. Alright, but let's take that off because the stats on it are terrible. What's this? She had... What? She had liquid metal armor on, right? Yeah.
I was right. The princess did give you the gift of boobies, just somebody else.
They were Jessica's, but like I said, she's quite petite. So that, well, actually, okay, my bad. She's got the melons.
Yeah.
I was wrong. In my head, she was skinnier than that. Okay. I apologize for saying you had small boobies. Not that there's anything wrong with small boobies. Small boobies are valid. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is... Well, actually, wait, hold on. Is there an inn in here? Because I really need to do an inn. I think there might be. Actually, maybe not. Let's see. It's a bank. I have never, ever in my life used a bank in a Dragon Quest game.
That guy can't even see past the counter.
He needs like a stool or something, right? Alright, damn, alright, cool. I'll just warp to a town that actually... Well, not that this is a town, but... You sell mold and feathers and shit.
What everyone needs.
Well, you do need mold to make cheese in this, and as we know, cheese is important.
Indeed.
Or as we say it on the Discord, cheese!
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll go to Fairbury, whatever. Cheese! Somebody mentions... For anybody who's this, anybody mentions cheese, and then there'll be like 5 or 6 people all at once typing cheese with an exclamation point in all caps. It's gonna be like you, and Kay, and me, and June, you know?
I was listing all the stuff I got grocery shopping, and then I remember came back and went, cheese, when somebody was talking about something else.
And you know what's funny is I think I was in the shower when all that was going down, so I came in like, it was like a half hour later, and I wrote, cheese!
Yeah.
Actually, I was responding to something else first, because it was that whole talk about Dave's fucking bread, or whatever the hell it was, and then I go, also, cheese!
Fuck yeah, cheese.
I had grilled cheese for lunch.
I got stuff for grilled cheese. I could make myself some tonight, or
Yeah,
after this, when I'm hungry.
Sharp American, and I put little slices of the rotisserie chicken in there. It was really good.
Nice.
Alright, so we gotta go to Tyron Gully. That's like the next major area. I gotta leave the town before I attempt to fly. So Tyron Gully's an island that we couldn't have gotten to without the bird, the soul stone, so... I wonder when this is gonna ping, this recipe I have there. It's been a while. Let me check on that. It was in there at the beginning of the last video. Oh, that's rare in a pop. I don't know if it can pop while you're flying. I'm just gonna let that pop now, and then I'll fly with the next. Oh. I'm sure this is gonna be a big threat. Since I'm at the very beginning of the game. Speaking of pinging, there goes my phone. Let me guess. A message from earlier. Yep, that's what happens. My mother texted... She said she texted me a link to this, like, dishwasher bracket thing, right? And I said, you didn't text it. You said you were going to text it. And she's like, I did. I was like, I didn't get an alert or a ping or anything. And I look in my Facebook Messenger, and sure enough, she had sent it. And I said, you know, I'm going to get a ping, like, hours later or tomorrow telling me about that message. Because Facebook Messenger is fucking weird. With mobile alerts.
Yeah.
You know what's the best? Is that if I haven't read... Like, if there's a message that's just, like, K... Oh, there it goes. Or something like that. And I read it through the, like, you know, the push alert, and I don't feel the need to reply or whatever, because that's the end of the... K is usually the end of a conversation. You know? It'll ping me until I mark it as read. Like, every few days, it'll be like, you have an unread message. Bing!
Obviously, I don't use Facebook Messenger. I have Instagram, so I get messages on there. I assume it's more or less the same because they're both
the same,
Facebook.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
And we got a flame shield. For when you want to be a big flamer like June. I forgot how that came up, but I said, Big Flamer, that should be your nickname. And she's just like, yeah, it should be.
It was during the movie last week, wasn't it?
What, Return of the King?
I think so. Specifically, it's Heavy Flamer.
Oh, Heavy Flamer, that's what it was. Was there something mentioned the Heavy Flamer in Return of the King?
Or possibly something during our conversation while we were watching.
I have to find it now. Oh no, it was on my thing, and it was something that VIII linked to. The Heavy Flamer heresy.
Right.
That had to do with one of those things that VIII is really passionate about, and I said, Heavy Flamer, that's June. And she's just like, you know what? It is. It is me.
Same with me finding C&C Music Factory, because I had one of their songs stuck in my head, and I was like, what if it was G&C Music Factory? And June was like, go for it! I changed my name to that on her server.
I forgot to put the next thing in. Okay, so the next thing in, I gotta use that flame shield. And I need to put a swallowtail in, which I'm not sure if that's a whip or a boomerang or what. Swallowtail. It's either a whip or a boomerang. I think it's a boomerang. Swallowtail. Swallowtail could also be a dagger, come to think of it. So that really tells me that I have no idea what a swallowtail looks like. It's definitely an object. Unfortunately, I have lots of objects. There it is. It is a boomerang. Okay, sweet. Alright, Swallowtail plus Flame Shield. That's the next thing. Oh, actually, I skipped ahead. That's okay. Doesn't matter. I was supposed to do another one first. Alright, let's fucking fly. Oh. Dip, 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 dip. Yeet! I must go, my people need me. Yeah, I probably should have warped and then done this, because it's near Swordsman's Labyrinth. And that's quite a ways away, but... We'll just do barrel rolls, which are not really barrel rolls, to go fast. Everybody thinks, because of Star Fox 64, that this is what a barrel roll is. In reality, it's more... Yeah, barrel roll is more like a corkscrew thing.
Yeah.
This has a name. It's some other kind of roll. Oh, I went too far south. Well, here's the Swordsman's Labyrinth. Wait a minute, this is not Swordsman's Labyrinth. This is Dragon Graveyard. Swordsman's Labyrinth is near, Pickham.
Went to Twitter, saw J.K. Rowling is on her bullshit again, left Twitter.
There's no, is this it? I mean, I could have got... No, this is Neos, isn't it? This is Neos. I think this might be it. I don't know. Alright, you know what? Let me just fucking warp to... Oh, God. Warp to Pick'em and go from there. I was confusing Swordsman's Labyrinth with I don't know, wherever the hell, Dragon Graveyard. Alright. Pick'em! Pick'em me nose, mate! Pick'em me bunghole. I was listening to, you know, old Howard Stern stuff, and they played a song parody for Robin, you know. But it was Welcome to the Jungle, but it was like, this is Robin's bunghole. It was like, this is Robin's bunghole, it is warm and tight. You know, it's just going on like that, right? And it's like the whole fucking song. And it was so good that even, like, she who usually just rolls her eyes at this shit, she was even saying she enjoyed it. Alright. So, here I am. So, I think it might be this little island here. Because that's where Swordsman's Labyrinth is. Okay, now I know where I'm going. I just needed a frame of reference. Oh. In a bunghole. Welcome to Robin's bunghole. And then instead at the end, instead of it's gonna make you bleed or whatever, no, it's gonna bring you down. That was the original lyric. It was, it's gonna make you brown. And she's laughing her ass off. And usually when there's like songs about her titties or whatever, she's just like, oh God, why do they do this to me?
The only comment I have on that, I probably should say when you're not recording.
About bungholes?
Well, specifically about Howard Stern, actually.
Oh. Well, we are 12 minutes into the video.
I was just gonna say that, for some reason, porn sites keep recommending clips from Howard Stern show all the time.
Well, I mean, he does do the where the women, they come in and they ride the Sibian. And sometimes they get naked. A buffaloger. Alright. I don't think I really needed to fly here. I think I could have probably walked here from friggin' Pick'em. There is a bridge. Alright, so there's 2 cows to find as well as 2 chests.
The flying is more fun than walking.
Yeah, but I don't know if the alchemy continues while you're flying. I mean, it continues when you're in the ship, and it continues when you're riding on the cat, but I don't know if it continues when you're flying. Because you have to be moving, you know?
Right.
Oh, my dick. Alright. Yeah, it's okay to mention porn. Got a waterweed mold. Alright, well, there's one of the 2 cows.
Hey, too.
Could you not? Oh my god, he's all happy. There we go. Fresh milk! Alright, so it says one is west of Tyron Gully and the other is southeast of the bridge. There's 2 bridges. Which bridge are we referring to? Oh, you know what? That's probably the one west. Tyron Gully... I think I did have to fly here. Yeah. Tyron Gully is that town over there. Southeast of the bridge. So I probably have to go back this way. Oh shit. Buffalogers.
Oh, Ruffaloger.
It's a Buffaloger burger. You know, when you want a burger but less fat. You ever had buffalo meat?
I have, actually.
Yeah. It's not bad, right?
No, it's not.
It's not as fatty as beef, so you can't cook it too long, but it is tasty.
I had a buffalo burger. I've also had moose burgers.
I've had caribou, which is basically moose, as a burger, and it was very good. It was at a Native American event that I had gone to. For the Taino. Because my dad was super into it. Because he had a little bit of Taino and Native American in him. Oh! Ow!
My dad's just a hunter, so he bagged a moose one year, and he and his brothers took parts of the meat. He made us moose burgers.
How was it for you? I thought it was delicious.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind having like a moose steak, but that was what one of his brothers got. He got the ground beef.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind trying like more exotic meats. You know.
Right.
Like I've had deer. I've had frog.
The only time I had like actual venison, the person who made it overcooked it, so it was really flavorless and rubbery.
Alright, 8 hit level 41. Alright, well, I guess we'll put it into fisticuffs, because he's pretty much maxed on the 2 important ones. So he's a brawler, defending champion. I don't know if I could use that while using a, See, this is... Oh no, this is actually Tyrant Gully, alright. Well, that's fine, because now I've added it to my warp thing. So I don't... Oh, how... So southeast of the bridge... So my guess is... It's that other bridge. Alright.
I've had alligator before.
I have not had alligator. That is one that I would like to try. I've got a buffaloger and a mohawker.
Back when they had, the folk festival, the heritage festival at the waterfront, one of the food trucks that was there was a Cajun one that would serve alligator.
There's a restaurant that's, like, not super far from here, right? That, it's in New Jersey, though. And it was called... I don't think it's still around, but it was called the Thirsty Moose. And it was heavily advertised on the radio, right? And the whole advertisement was basically that it had unusual meats, and it's like, oh, would you like to try, you know, wild boar ravioli, or, you know. That's the one that I always remember, but they had a bunch of things that they would talk about, that you could get, right? And I remember thinking, God damn, I would love to eat there, but I kind of really didn't know exactly where it was, other than the vague directions in the radio commercial. And I just never had the chance, right? And then, like, I met somebody who had eaten there, like, a few times, and I was like, how is it? And they did not exactly give it a glowing review, unfortunately. And it was mainly that, and this is like, you don't want to hear this about a restaurant, is that whenever they ate there, the food was always cold.
That sucks.
Yeah.
See, I've also technically had kangaroo before. My dad got these, like, kangaroo meat Slim Jim things that were like the novelty thing and gave them to us.
I've seen those on June's absolute favorite show, Good Mythical Morning. I say that because she has an irrational hatred of Good Mythical Morning that I will never understand, but that's okay, I don't need to understand it.
I just know that one of the guys is the same last name as me.
That's right. But, I don't know, like, I think I linked June to, like, a few other things, just say, hey, look at this, you know, and eventually June was like, you know, I hate those two guys, and I'm like, really, why? And it was like, this really weird thing, basically, that boiled down to, I hate their faces. You know, like, June had this whole, oh, that actually hit. June had this whole thing, this whole entire rationale why she hates Rhett and Link, that basically boiled down to, look at their stupid faces, don't you hate them?
I thought it was just because they're, you know, generic cishet white dudes.
I don't think it's that, but I mean it could be, but I don't personally think so. Because June kept using the word hipster, and I'm like, I don't really think they're hipsters. I think they're dorks. There's a difference. A hipster is somebody who's pretending to be a dork because they think it makes them look cool. These guys are dorks. Like, they're legitimately dorky. And if you hate them because they're dorks, that's fine. But it was weird, like it was like a lot of different words, but it basically boiled down to I hate their stupid faces. I'm like, alright, whatever. But I did this thing, this is back before Discord, when we were communicating almost entirely through Steam Messenger, and I used to say, like, you know what, every time you say something that pisses me off, I'm going to link you to a picture or a video of Rhett and Link just enjoying life. Anyway, I didn't happen for like a while, but I would space it out. Like, I wouldn't constantly be linking to it, because then she'd be like, I'm not clicking on any links you send me. So I give it like a good 6 or 7 months, and then all of a sudden it would be like Rhett with his shirt off or something, you know? And she'd be like, oh, you always, like, make me forget about those two assholes. I almost forgot about them, and then you link me to them and remind me that they exist. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not going to just spam it. That's no fun. I had sampled them for a Zombie Sneak Attack song. It was called Ball Dunks on Parade. Just, you know, like a kind of a spoof of Bulls on Parade. But so I think that she had referred to Rhett and Link as Ball Dunks at one point. And I'm like, is that even... Is that a word? Like, is that insulting? I think it might be insulting.
sounds insulting.
Yeah, like, it sounds bad, right? I think all the treasures that I need are in this direction, because there's another cow and there's 2 treasure boxes. But yet after a while, I even stopped watching them because it was getting very repetitive.
I actually never watched it.
Yeah. It used to be part of like a daily ritual to watch it. It's like a little 11-minute talk show that you could watch, you know? But I think what made me stop is they actually changed their format to being like 4 episodes a day, and it was all weird. I was like, I'm not interested in that. And I heard that they walked that back pretty quickly, but I was just like, you know what? I'm fine not watching it, though. You know. I watched them for quite a few years, and yeah.
Sort of what happened with me in the Nostalgia Critic, only I realized he sucked.
He does suck.
So I was watching his show every week, and I was realizing it was a chore, and I was like, kind of forcing myself to. Is like, why?
Yeah, once something becomes a chore, like, unless it is actually a chore and needs to be done, like, you know, like sweeping the floor is a chore, but you should do it, right? But watching a video shouldn't be a chore. Unless it's like, I don't know, your job is watching videos and critiquing them or something.
It's like, I could just not watch him anymore,
yeah.
And then I didn't.
Perfectly good thing. Maybe I should get this box first, this treasure box that says west of Tyrant Gully on a cliff northeast of the bridge, because that's kind of the general area that I'm in. And once I get everything, I can just warp back to the town, because I did go into it. I said go into it.
I know Barrel likes to bring up Nostalgia Critics The Wall a lot, because it's so infamously bad. I actually saw it when it premiered, like, after all of his lead-up and stuff.
Yeah.
Then that came out, and there was no, critiques or anything on it, so it was just me and my reaction. I just remember sitting there watching it after it was over, and I was just like,
that was bad.
What was that?
You need that crusty gif. What the hell was that?
Basically. It's like, what the hell does it have to do with the movie, for one thing?
I remember y'all telling me about Nostalgia Critics. First his critique of the movie, and then I guess his shitty remake of it. Or I guess you could call it really bad satire, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember just being horrified, like, wow, there's something I can just never watch. You know? Like, I could never watch that, both as somebody who doesn't give a shit about Nostalgia Critic and as a Pink Floyd fan. And Yangus hits level 41.
Like, there's a lot of things that, as a joke, I would say you should do, but no, don't watch that.
Yeah. Alright, well, I appreciate that. Put it all into axes. Because Barrel will be like, you should do this thing that's terrible and you won't enjoy. I'm like, why? Because it's funny? Like, are you sure about that?
No, this is not funny, it's just infuriating.
Yeah, but Barrel thinks it's funny to have people do things that they hate, or that will just be a chore or annoying, and... Okay, like, I hate to bring up Dumbass again, but this, when Dumbass was streaming the fucking Beat Saber game, and Barrel's just like, you should do the Shrek 2 thing, because it's like somebody put the entirety of Shrek 2 in Beat Saber, because they're lame. That's the only reason I can think that you would do that, is that you're just lame, right? And not only does she actually do it, which I would have been like, haha, fuck you. The Barrel wasn't even there watching it.
I remember that.
And that got me angry. I was like, are you serious that you made dumbass do that? And you're not even gonna hang around and watch?
Which, one of the reasons why you should watch the Wall video is, I don't know if you've heard anybody mention this, but when he does the trial sequence, he went and got this 3D animator to do the animation for him, and it's all just this weird furry shit. Like, even people who are into furry stuff are like, what the fuck is this?
I just look at furry stuff. Well, I don't try not to look at furry stuff, but I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I don't get it. I really don't.
Like, you know, Trial, great song, great sequence in the movie, and
yeah.
they made it some weird sexual furry shit.
The evidence before the court is incontrovertible. There's no need for the jury to retire. In all my years of judging, I've never seen before of someone more deserving the full penalty of war. It's actually low-key my favorite song on the album, too. Leather Hat.
Back before Roger Waters became Roger Waters.
Well, I guess he always was a shitter, it's just it was less obvious back then. Well, here's the bridge, but it says northeast of the bridge. So, somewhere over there, up on that cliff, maybe? It does say it's on a cliff, but I didn't see anything when I was up there. You know, can I get on the cat here? Is that allowed? Oh, okay, cool. That makes it less painful to search for things.
I'm reminded of that meme. It's like, I can't leave, there's a cat on my car.
Oh, and it was the heavy machinery, right? I can't come into work today, there's a cat on my car. Like, well, move the cat. What's more important, an animal or your job? And he sent the picture of it.
It was just like a cat backhoe falling onto his car.
He ain't going nowhere anytime soon. Of course, bosses be like, we'll get a cab. Oh, speaking of cats, there's totally a cat there. Just chilling in the grass. Oh, I see the treasure chest. Okay, there it is. There's also totally a recruitable monster on that bridge. Cyclopes! Because that's the plural of Cyclops. Because the English language is insane.
Indeed. Even though it's from a Greek word.
But that's the thing about English, is it's 3 or 4 languages in a trench coat.
Yes.
English is somehow derived from Latin and German, somehow.
It's considered a Germanic language, but it has a lot of roots in Latin.
And the Romance languages are in there too, because why not? You know, like... I think the closest language to English is probably Dutch. If you ever see Dutch writing, it looks like somebody's trying to write in English, but they have brain damage.
Which I actually, have. This is one of the YouTubers I watch is Dutch.
Well, I have a Dutch friend on Facebook. Oh, there's the other cow over there. And he posts mostly in Dutch, and Facebook has a handy translate feature, you know. What have I got? Super spicy cheese. Now we can put that in the alchemy pot and make red hot Cheetos. That would be hilarious if that was a thing. But, the hell was I saying? Before I super spicy cheese. What did you say? You said something that made me say something.
So talking about, Dutch language.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that to somebody who's a native Dutch speaker, English looks like somebody trying to write in Dutch but has brain damage.
Really, this Dutch game for...
Yeah. So it's funny, because I had to... it's a friend of mine, his name is actually John, which is hilarious. But he posts in Dutch constantly, and I always have to hit that little translate button. And then there's Arjen, who actually is also Dutch, but almost exclusively posts in English. If somebody says something to him in Dutch, he'll reply in Dutch, but he almost entirely speaks in English.
Gav Smulders, the YouTuber I watch, she almost always speaks in, English.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that she's worked as a translator in Japan. So that's actually how I started watching her. She was translating on the fly Japanese games into English.
Oh, nice.
And, that's actually her third language. But if people in stream and stuff will start talking in Dutch, she'll just start speaking Dutch back to them, and then she'll say, try to keep it in English because most people here speak English.
I do gotta end the video, but before I do, I must say that you reminded me of something that June used to say all the time when somebody would post something that's just incomprehensible. My favorite thing to say is, I need some croutons with that word salad. But June used to say, I think this person is EFL, English as a fourth language. That Gunny is wailing. Which means Mom must have stepped outside to get a package or something. He is, changed, Gunny. He doesn't like being alone. Alright, we're gonna stop right here. I'll see you guys real soon with more Dragon Quest VIII.